Hello, brothers and sisters. How's everyone? I'm back for another video on the feasts. I told you that if I found anything else to add, that I was going to be coming back on here. Um, I wasn't sure whether to add it as a part 5 to my other series on the feasts, but I think I'm just gonna separate it. Um, this is actually an article that I'm going to be sharing with you, and it's called "Can You Keep the Festivals or the Feasts Outside of Jerusalem?" And I got this from White Feather Ministries. And so I'm going to go ahead and share that with you. Also, there's a rebuttal. Uh, there was a comment on social media from a brother to a sister. The sister has opened her eyes, or YAH has opened her eyes, and now she does not observe the feast, and she has the same belief as I do, and why. And he came back with 2 Kings 23:27, and I'm going to read that to you. Let me go back to. I'm not very good at this. I'm using the OBS. I'm not really good at it, so I don't know. I can't really see myself when when I go into to Chrome, unless I'm on this page here. So anyway, so 2 Kings 23:27 in the LSB version. It says, "And Yahweh said, I will remove Judah also from my presence, as I have removed Israel. And I will reject Jerusalem, this city which I have chosen, and the house of which I said, my name shall be there." Okay, so this brother pointed this out to our sister because of her statement that she no longer observes the feast, and this is what he came back with. And so I wanted to come in here uh, and use this as a rebuttal, okay? Because although it says this is after Deuteronomy, okay, everything that I've shown you in the feast series, I've shown you where it says Yah has chosen Jerusalem, right? The city, Jerusalem, the place, not a people, right? Well, this just refutes everything I told you, right? In 2 Kings 23:27. But if you read further in scripture, in Ezra, the book of Ezra, he also wrote Chronicles, I believe. And I think there may be some scripture in there as well. First Chronicles. And also in Nehemiah, it tells us that the feasts were restored. Okay? That was when, I believe it was King Cyrus that restored the temple. He had the temple rebuilt, okay, and the feasts were restored as well. So let's go to Ezra's. I'm going to read this before we get into this article, okay? And who knows, maybe I'll just go over these verses with you and then start a new video, because the article that I'm going to read to you is quite long. It's not that long. It's 28 pages, but I mean, I don't think it'll take that long to go through. Anyway, So if you read Ezra chapter 3 verse 4, it says, they celebrated the Feast of Booths, which is the Feast of Tabernacles, okay, as it is written, and offered the fixed number of burnt offerings daily, according to the legal judgment as each day required. Ezra 6 verse 7, leave that work on the house of YAH alone, for the governor of the Jews and the elders of the Jews rebuild that house of YAH in its designated place. Now I'm not using Lord or God. I'm using Yah's name, you know, the short version of his name, YAH, okay, which stands for Yahweh or Yahweh, all right? Yahweh meaning the four letters, okay, of his name, YHWH. Anyway, it says here that the governor of the Yahudim and the elders of the Yahudim rebuild, I highlighted this, rebuild that house of Yah in its designated place. Where's the designated place? In Jerusalem, brothers and sisters. Ezra chapter 6 verse 12, may the Elohim, Yah, who has caused his name to dwell there. I highlighted that. May Yah, again, who has caused his name to dwell there, overthrow any king or people who stretches out his hand to change it so as to destroy that house of Yah in Jerusalem. I, Darius, have issued this decree. Let it be done with all diligence. So the house of Yah was rededicated, okay? It was, there was a dedication, and, the temple was to be rebuilt, and Yah was to put his name there. Remember, the reason all of this happened is because Yah was very angry at his people, okay, at Judah, and I think this was the time of King Manasseh, and I believe King Joachim, and he punished them for the evil that they did in his sight. So until the temple was rebuilt, 70 years later came Ezra, okay, and then came Nehemiah with the children of Israel and rebuilt the temple, and the feasts were restored back to Jerusalem. Okay, so right there we know that Yah has placed his name in Jerusalem, the place. Okay, the brother on social media had pointed out, 2 Kings 23:27, and had mentioned that it was until Messiah would return again that he had rejected the city Jerusalem to put his name, right? But that's not the case, brothers and sisters. And I'm not doing this to, I'm not going to mention names or anything, but I'm here because this is a good commentary that he brought up, and it needs to be dealt with, and I'm bringing it up so that we can resolve why, what had happened, why Yah was angry and removed his name from Jerusalem. But then now, if you read Ezra, you'll see that he restored his name, and the temple was restored back in Jerusalem. Okay, so let's see, in Ezra 3, no, I'm sorry, I already read that. Let's see. Okay, I've read Ezra 6:12. Now Ezra 6 verse 18 says, "Then they appointed the priests to their sections and the Levites in their divisions for the service of YAH in Jerusalem, as it is written in the book of Moses." There you have it, brothers and sisters, again, for the service. They appointed the priests, okay, and the Levites to their divisions for the service of YAH in Jerusalem, as it is written in the book of Moses. So then you have the Passover celebrated again. In Ezra chapter 7 verse 27 says, "Blessed be YAH," or Yahweh, the Elohim of our fathers, who has put such a thing as this in this king's heart, to beautify the house of Yahweh, which is in Jerusalem. There you go again. Nehemiah chapter 1 verse 9 says, "But if you return to me and keep my commandments and do them, though those of you who have been banished were at the ends of the sky, I will gather them from there and will bring them to the place where I have chosen to cause my name to dwell." So, there it is again. "I will gather them from there." This is Yah speaking. "And will bring them to the place." It didn't say a people. He's going to bring his people to the place where I have chosen to cause my name to dwell. There's your answer, brothers and sisters. It's right there in Scripture. Okay? And as far as, there was another comment that was made regarding the Passover in Egypt. Okay? And this brother made it sound like it was done all the time, every year. The way he made it sound like, well, they kept it in Egypt. They didn't keep it in Egypt, brothers and sisters. They kept it one time. One time it was observed. Okay? And it was the night that the people, the Israelites, left to go into the wilderness via Moses' instructions. He had to instruct them on how to keep the Passover. They didn't know. Okay? Everything changed in Deuteronomy. And the feasts were kept once they crossed into the land. Okay? And so, this is what I wanted to point out. And I think I'm going to go ahead and stop. I want to see how my video turned out. I want to make sure that, you're able to see me, and that everything came out okay. I did test my video beforehand, or like a test video. But anyway, I just wanted to go over these verses with you in case someone might be asking, well, didn't Yah remove his name from Jerusalem? Yes, he did, but then he restored his name back to the place named called Jerusalem, not the people, the place. And we just read right here. So I'll put these verses in the description box for you. And then we'll go over this. I'm going to make another video and come back on can we keep the feast outside Jerusalem. And I know I made a 4-part series, brothers and sisters, but I completely left this article out, and this is another one that I wanted to share with you all because, it's got some of the same information, but also some different information that you might be interested in hearing. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and end the video, and just wanted to share these verses with you. It's a rebuttal, okay, on someone's commentaries. So thanks for stopping by. I know I don't get a lot of views on my videos. I don't have a lot of subs, which is fine. The videos are staying, and they're going to be there for whomever wants to watch them. They're going to be there. Okay? And again, brothers and sisters, don't let me being a sister, okay, or me not being a pastor of a church deter you or discourage you in any way from not listening to the message or to these messages that I'm putting out. Okay, that should be far from your mind, and believe me, I have to tell you the truth, and if I'm wrong, I'm going to be held liable at a higher accountability. So I take these things to the Father, and I try to receive confirmation before I put these out there for you. So anyway, I pray that this message blesses you, and if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down in the comment section, okay, of the video. All right, well, see you on the next one. Shalom.